Alan Shearer began his career at Southampton, but few could have imagined that the shy youngster would become the Premier League's all-time leading scorer. Even as a teenager, he was already showing signs of greatness. On his league debut, Shearer scored a hat-trick against Arsenal, signaling that English football was about to witness the emergence of a phenomenon. He initially played as an attacking midfielder, but quickly found his true calling in attack. His finishing ability was impressive, and his reading of the game unusual for someone so young. At Southampton, he developed the foundations of his style of play: physical strength, clinical precision with his shots, and an impeccable sense of positioning. Even in his early years, Shearer was attracting attention from big clubs, but he remained focused, honing his skills and laying the foundations for a legendary career. With every goal, he cemented his reputation as a ruthless striker who didn't need too many chances to decide a match. His rise at Southampton was the start of an extraordinary journey that would lead him to stardom at Blackburn Rovers and to eternal idol status at Newcastle. But there, at the beginning, you could already see the brilliance of someone destined to go down in English football history. After catching the eye with his skill and eye for goal at Southampton, Alan Shearer took a major step forward in his career when he moved to Blackburn Rovers in 1992. It was there that he established himself as one of the greatest strikers in English history. At Blackburn, Shearer became a goal machine. In his first season, he scored an impressive 16 goals, but that was just the beginning. He dominated opposition defenses with his combination of physical strength, aerial ability, and a powerful, accurate shot. For defenders, marking him was almost impossible. In the 1994-95 season, Shearer reached his peak with Blackburn. Forming a deadly partnership with Chris Sutton, he led the club to the Premier League title, breaking the dominance of the Giants. With 34 league goals, he was the competition's top scorer and the main reason for that historic feat. But what made Shearer unique was not just his ability to score goals. It was his winning mentality, his insatiable hunger to improve with every game. For him, it wasn't enough to be good, he wanted to be the best. His dedication in training and his commitment to the team inspired everyone around him. Alan Shearer was not just a player. He was a leader, an icon, someone who transformed teams into champions. At Blackburn, he wrote one of the most brilliant chapters of his career, but his story was far from over. A new challenge awaited him at his boyhood club, Newcastle United. After winning the Premier League with Blackburn Rovers, Alan Shearer became the most sought-after player in England. In 1996, he had the world at his feet and an important decision to make. Club giants such as Manchester United were willing to do anything to sign him, but Shearer chose the path of his heart. He returned home, signing for Newcastle United, the club he had loved since childhood. His transfer was historic, breaking the world record with a fee of £15 million. Shearer arrived at St. James' Park as a legend in the making and the hero the city had been waiting for. He carried with him the dream of returning Newcastle to the top of English football, and his arrival brought hope and excitement to the fans. In his first season at Newcastle, Shearer justified the investment. He scored 25 goals and won the Premier League Golden Boot for the third time in a row. His presence on the pitch was magnetic. Every touch of the ball, every header, and every shot brought the expectation of something special. Shearer quickly became the symbol of the club, the embodiment of everything Newcastle stood for: passion, fight, and determination. Although Newcastle failed to win any trophies during his time there, Shearer was more than just a goal scorer. He was a natural leader, a player who never gave up, even in the most difficult situations. Year after year, he turned down offers from other clubs, reaffirming his loyalty to his hometown team. For Shearer, playing for Newcastle was not just a job. It was an honor, a mission. As the goals continued to come from his feet and head, Alan Shearer built a unique relationship with the Newcastle fans. He was not only the club's all-time record goal scorer, but also one of its greatest symbols. And so the legend grew with every match, every goal, and every celebration to the passionate applause of St. James' Park. As the years passed, Alan Shearer continued to rewrite the history books at Newcastle United and in the Premier League. Each season brought new records and more goals, cementing him as one of the greatest strikers the club has ever played. English football has seen. But behind every goal, there were also challenges that he had to overcome with his unwavering determination. Shearer faced several injuries throughout his career, including a serious knee ligament injury in 1997 that could have ended his footballing career. Many doubted that he would ever be the same player again, but Shearer proved them wrong. After months of recovery, he returned stronger and more determined than ever, showing the world the resilience of a true champion. Even in difficult times, Shearer never stopped being Newcastle's hope. With his physical strength, clinical shooting precision, and impressive aerial ability, he was a constant threat to any opposing defense. In every game, he carried on his shoulders the weight of being the idol of a passionate club and a city that lived and breathed football. While other players sought titles with bigger teams, Shearer remained loyal to Newcastle, turning down million-dollar offers and reaffirming his commitment to his hometown club. For him, success was not just measured in trophies, but in love and loyalty to the team he had always dreamed of playing for. In 2006, Shearer finally decided to hang up his boots, ending his career with a final goal that sent St. James Park into a frenzy. He left the pitch as Newcastle's all-time leading goal scorer with 206 goals, and as the Premier League's all-time leading scorer with an impressive 260 goals. These numbers were not just statistics. They were a reflection of a career built on hard work, passion, and unparalleled talent. Alan Shearer left the scene a living legend, not just for Newcastle, but for the whole of English football. His number 9 shirt became an enduring symbol of greatness and loyalty, and his name is forever etched in the memories of the fans who had the privilege of watching him play. Even after his retirement, Alan Shearer remained a central figure in the world of football. For Newcastle fans, he has always been the prodigal son, the one who chose to play for his hometown club when he could have played for any European giant. His loyalty and love for Newcastle made him not only a legendary player, but an icon who transcended the sport. Shearer soon found new ways to contribute to football. He became a pundit, bringing his experience and insight to the big screen. His direct and honest analysis won over a new generation of fans, cementing him as a reference off the pitch. The passion and clarity with which he explains the game are as remarkable as the goals he has scored. In 2009, Shearer was given the opportunity to coach Newcastle, taking over as interim manager at a critical time for the club. Despite failing to prevent relegation, he demonstrated his commitment to helping the team no matter what. His presence on the bench reinforced his status as someone who never abandons the club, even in the most difficult moments. But Alan Shearer's legacy extends far beyond Newcastle or the Premier League. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest strikers of all time, a model of leadership, dedication, and loyalty. His record of 260 Premier League goals remains untouched to this day, a testament to his skill and consistency over more than a decade. Shearer also remains active in social causes, using his platform to support charities and contribute to his local community. He is more than just a player. He is an inspiration, a role model for young players, and a symbol of all that is great about football. Even years after he hung up his boots, the name Alan Shearer still resonates in the hearts of fans. His story is not just about goals and achievements, but about passion, resilience, and loyalty. For many, he is more than just a player. He is a legend, and his impact will be felt for generations to come. Alan Shearer is not just remembered for his achievements on the pitch, but also for the lasting impact he had on the identity of English football. His presence at Newcastle and in the Premier League redefined what it means to be a dedicated and passionate player. To this day, his famous celebration, running with one arm raised after scoring a goal, is imitated by fans and players around the world. In addition to his immense skill, Shearer became an example of humility and connection with the fans. Even as the Premier League's all-time leading scorer, he never put himself above others. He always referred to his teammates and the fans as key to his success. This humility made him even more beloved by those who had the privilege of watching him. Years have passed, but Shearer's legacy lives on at St. James Park. His statue, erected outside the stadium, is a gathering place for fans who want to reminisce about the glory days, in which he led Newcastle's attack. It is not only a tribute to a great player, but a symbol of the relationship between a man and his club, an unbreakable bond that transcends time. Shearer also remains active in English football, participating in events, campaigns, and even initiatives to promote the sport in schools and communities. He believes in the transformative power of football and dedicates his time to inspiring the next generation, whether as a mentor, pundit, or public figure. In 2022, as the Premier League turned 30, Shearer was officially recognized as one of the first 2 players to be inducted into the competition's Hall of Fame. This recognition is the ultimate proof that his contribution to English football goes beyond numbers and statistics. He embodies the essence of the Premier League and what it represents to fans around the world. Alan Shearer will always be remembered as Newcastle's eternal number 9, the Premier League's immortal top scorer and, above all, as a symbol of loyalty, passion, and excellence. His story is proof that legends never die. They live forever in the hearts of those who witnessed them. Even decades after his playing career ended, Alan Shearer continues to be a fixture in world football. For Newcastle United, he is not just a legend, but the embodiment of a fighting spirit and passion that resonates with every fan who wears the black and white jersey. Shearer's connection with Newcastle fans goes beyond the pitch. He is the symbol of an era in which, even without winning major trophies for the club, he brought pride and emotion to a passionate fan base. Every goal scored, every celebration with his arm raised, every interview where he reaffirmed his love for the club, all of this built a connection that will never be broken. In his post-retirement life, Shearer is dedicated to preserving the essence of English football. As a sports commentator, he brings his experience and passion to the screen, helping fans of all ages to better understand the game. His analysis is always straightforward and honest, and his voice has become one of the most respected in the world of football. In addition, Shearer is also an active advocate for social causes. He works with charities that support children, fight diseases, and seek to improve the lives of disadvantaged communities. His influence extends far beyond the sport, showing that he is a true example of how athletes can use their position to make a difference in the world. And even as football evolves, new players emerge and new records are broken, Alan Shearer's legacy remains untouched. He is proof that being an idol is about more than just trophies. It is about inspiring people, creating unforgettable memories, and becoming part of the living history of a sport that unites the world. Alan Shearer is not just a figure from the past. His legend continues to grow each time a child, inspired by his achievements, dreams of becoming a great striker. His story, marked by goals, loyalty, and dedication, is a reminder that in football, a player's true worth is measured not just by what he does on the pitch, but by the impact he leaves off it. Alan Shearer's impact on football transcends generations. To this day, his name is mentioned in conversations about the greatest strikers in history, and his legacy serves as an inspiration to players and fans around the world. His career was not just a string of stunning goals. It was a true lesson in how to lead with passion, resilience, and commitment. Shearer remains deeply connected to Newcastle United, even years after hanging up his boots. His name is often chanted by the fans at St. James Park as a vivid reminder of his glory days. Every time he visits the stadium, whether for special events or as a fan, he is greeted like a hero. His statue outside the stadium is not just a monument. It is a symbol of what he meant to the club and the city. Shearer's influence is also felt by younger generations. Players who grew up watching his goals now cite him as an inspiration for their own journeys. He is the standard of excellence that many strikers aspire to, especially those who dream of making their mark in the Premier League. Off the pitch, Shearer has dedicated himself to worthy causes. One of the most significant moments in his post-career life was the creation of the Alan Shearer Foundation, which supports people with disabilities and their families, providing assistance and opportunities in a field close to his heart. For Shearer, the opportunity to give back to the people who supported him throughout his career is as important as the goals he scored. In addition, he continues to be an ambassador for football, promoting the sport and participating in global campaigns to attract more young people to the pitch. His experience as a player and as the player's career has made him a respected voice and authority on football. He doesn't just analyze the game. He understands its essence, its challenges, and its beauty. As the years go by and new idols emerge, Alan Shearer remains an enduring figure in English football. For Newcastle fans, he is more than a legend. He is a symbol of hope, loyalty, and the perfect example of what it means to love a club above all else. And for the football world, he is proof that a player's true impact goes far beyond trophies and records. As the years went by, Alan Shearer's status as an icon of English football, and particularly Newcastle United, grew. But Shearer's impact was not limited to the pitch or the statistics he collected during his career. He represented something much bigger for the game and the city of Newcastle. His influence went beyond goals. For Newcastle fans, Shearer was the embodiment of their own dreams. He was one of them, a local boy who grew up playing football in the streets, with the same love for the club that they carry in their hearts. This unique connection has made his legacy almost mythical at St. James Park. Shearer was also known for his firm stance and honesty. On and off the pitch, he never hesitated to express his opinions, whether as captain or later as a commentator. His voice became a symbol of authority in football, one that was listened to with respect by everyone from ordinary fans to players and managers. Off the pitch, Shearer used his position to give back to the community that supported him for so long. His foundation, the Alan Shearer Foundation, became a beacon of support for people with disabilities and social inclusion. This dedication showed the world that Shearer was not only a great player, but also a great person who understood the role he could play outside of football. As time went by, Shearer's passion for Newcastle never diminished. He continued to be a regular at St. James Park, cheering like any other fan, following the club through its most difficult moments to its most promising. His presence was always a cause for celebration for the fans, who saw in him a reflection of their own passion for the club. And while Shearer's goal-scoring record remains a Premier League record, it is his connection with the hearts of his fans that truly stands out. He is a reminder that football is about more than titles or trophies. It is about connection, passion, and loyalty. Shearer lived these values to the fullest, and that is why he will forever be a legend. Over the years, Alan Shearer has established himself as one of the greatest figures in English football, both on and off the pitch. However, his journey was not limited to the legacy he left behind with his goals or the accolades he received. The true essence of his story is the way he shaped the history of football with his passion, integrity, and connection with the fans. The ninth part of this journey is marked by the way Shearer reinvented himself after retirement. Many players, when they hang up their boots, disappear from the spotlight, but Shearer took a different path. Instead of stepping away, he found new ways to influence football, becoming a regular presence in the media as a commentator and analyst. His strategic vision of the game, combined with his experience, made him one of the most respected commentators in the UK. But his contribution was not limited to football analysis alone. Shearer also became a mentor to many young players. He understood what it took to be successful, and his honesty and wisdom helped many to hone their skills and mature on and off the pitch. His words carried weight, and young strikers in particular saw him as an example of how to behave as a professional, as a leader, and, most importantly, as a human being. While football has changed over time, with new generations and new dynamics, Shearer's essence has never been lost. Loyalty to his club, commitment to excellence, and respect for his fans have remained central tenets of his life. Whether playing, refereeing, or helping out in the community, he was the kind of player who never forgot his roots, and that made him even more special to fans. His foundation, which continues to thrive, remains one of the greatest expressions of his commitment to the well-being of others. Through it, Shearer has helped thousands of people, using his fame to improve the lives of those most in need. He has shown that the impact of a hero does not have to be limited to sport, but can have a real social influence. Shearer never forgot his roots, and this sense of identity was key to his longevity as a living legend. He wasn't just a goal scorer. He was a man who built his legacy on values that go far beyond goals and victories. And so his story continues to be told, not only on the football pitch, but in the communities he impacted and the generations that followed in his footsteps. Now, as we reach the final part of Alan Shearer's incredible journey, we can reflect on the true impact he had not only on the pitch, but on the lives of fans, players, and even society. Shearer taught us that, contrary to what many believe, an athlete's legacy is not measured solely by records, but by integrity, loyalty, and the way he inspires others. His career, marked by extraordinary feats and memorable moments, is proof that idols are made of something much more enduring than statistics. They are made of character and passion. Alan Shearer's story is a testament to the strength of a man who never forgot where he came from and who, even after hanging up his boots, continues to leave his mark on the world of football and beyond. For him, the game was never just about winning or scoring goals. It was about being a role model for the next generation, about giving back to the community, and, most of all, about living with purpose. If you've watched this far, thank you for following along on this incredible journey. If Alan Shearer inspires you, and you enjoy stories of football legends, be sure to check out our previous video where we explore another Premier League icon and his illustrious career. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you all and see you next time.